Greetings everyone, and welcome to part 2 of Wily Tower. And now it's time to face off against the final member of the Genesis unit, Buster Rod G. Alright, Buster Rod G. Let's see here. Buster Rod G is a robot master from Mega Man The Wily Wars, based on Sun Wukong, a character from the Chinese novel Journey to the West. He is the leader of the Genesis unit and a master of martial arts. Because of his rowdy personality, he and Megawater S argue often, and Hyperstorm H tries to avoid conflicts between them. Yeah, I understand not getting involved in the arguments, so, yeah. Now the name Sun Wukong goes by a different name in Japan. Son Goku. Yep. Folks. And we all know the famous iteration from, the Dragon Ball series, so, yeah. Alright, final level of the Genesis unit portion of this game. But realistically, you can take on the Genesis unit in any order that you wish, because, well, they don't have weapons per se. I mean, they are weak to certain weapons, but they're from, well, previous robot masters like Firestorm for Hyperstorm H and Ice Slasher for Megawater S. Now, the weaknesses for Buster Rod G are Hardman's Hard Knuckle and Airman's Air Shooter. So, yeah. So, let me take the time to talk a little bit about the development process of Mega Man The Wily Wars in general. Alright, let's see here. Alright. Keiji Inafune claimed that the development of the game was outsourced and rather slow-going. He described the debugging procedure as an absolute nightmare, even helping out in the process himself as he felt bad for the person in charge. And these are the quotes. It was so bad, he quoted, "I found myself saying, I can't believe we made it out of there alive." Okay. The team later questioned whether the nightmare was truly necessary, led to changes in the procedure to try and avoid similar situations in the future. Okay, yeah. And the music here. The soundtrack of the Wily Wars was composed by Kiniyuyo Yamashita. I think that's the proper pronunciation. Using 16-bit versions of the three Mega Man games from the NES, and completely new songs for Wily Tower as we are hearing right now. Alright, here's some general information. Let's see here. The differences between the NES versions of Mega Man's 1, 2, and 3, and, well, this version. Let's see. In all games, shots are limited to one shot every few frames of animation. In the originals, players can fire weaponry on every other frame. Okay, if you're into that sort of technical know-how. The controls in these versions of the game seem to be a little tighter than the originals, though Mega Man himself seems to have a slight delay before moving because he is able to do side steps. Okay. A number of weapons now have a noticeable can't move delay after firing, such as the items from Mega Man 2 and the Shadow Blade from Mega Man 3. Okay, that can be frustrating. Yeah, and of course there's a save feature, and because there is a save feature, there is no password system. I mean, if you're saving a game, why would you need passwords? It makes sense. Alright, it says here, at several points, the game suffers from an excessive lag. However, for less skilled gamers, this can be a positive effect because of the Yellow Devil stages in Mega Man 2 and 3 suffering from it at the most, as does the battle with the Wily Machine in Mega Man, and they make the boss battles much easier. Yeah, one would take advantage of the lag and slowdown and stuff. Alright, and here's for you technical geeks or something. However, running the game on a system or emulator with an overclocked M68000 chip will run the game at full speed regardless of how much is going on at any given time. This would normally make a Genesis game very unstable, but has no negative effects on the Wily Wars due to how it was programmed. Okay. The European version is slowed down because of the PAL conversion, which makes the game play at 50 Hz instead of the regular 60 Hz. Okay? Now, in general, despite their names, the games are based more closely on their Rockman versions in Japan than the Mega Man versions here in the US or North America. And most notably, the hard mode is gone from Mega Man 2, so you have to play the thing on, hard mode. Well, in the Wily Wars at least, so yeah, you get no choice in the matter here. Alright. Oh yeah, we're at the boss. We're at Buster Raji, alright? Again, his weaknesses are Hard Knuckle and Air Shooter. I'll be using Air Shooter for most of the fight, so yeah. Alright, for this fight, Buster Raji will stand on one side, and he will extend his pole. Okay, get your mind out of the guard, people. He'll extend his staff towards Mega Man, but it will never reach across the stream. So, he can stay at the side here, just shoot Buster Raji. Although I could have used Hard Knuckle, but whatever. When he's in the air like so, you can use Hard Knuckle or Air Shooter to damage him a lot. See? He'll also create copies of himself to go across the room. And yeah, try and damage Mega Man. But overall, this boss is not that bad, really. What you really need to watch out for is those clones that he creates, those duplicates, and the staff while he's in the air, because he is standing while hovering from the center, which means he has a higher chance of actually hitting Mega Man, so yeah. But all in all, Buster Raji is no problem. And I say this as I almost die here. But what's this? Buster Raji's not dead? He has one sliver of health left and he retreats? Coward. Yeah, something tells me we will run into him again. However, we did destroy his staff, which means the next time we will encounter him will be much different. Alright, now that we have defeated all of the Genesis units, it's time to head into Dr. Wily's tower. Yep, this is the tower right here, folks. You know, you have to wonder, how does Wily find the time to make these fortresses? So, villain, okay, I have nothing. Although, in the Mega Man Archie comics, in issue 20, Dr. Light states that Dr. Wily used the time-space properties of the Kronos Institute to convert the said institute into Wily Tower. So yeah, I did a review on that issue some time back. Look it up. Look it up. Anyway, Wily Tower Stage 1 consists of enemies and gimmicks from Mega Man 1. So yeah. And this is why I'm using Thunder Beam, because in Mega Man 1, Thunder Beam was the Robot Master Weapon to use in the game. The Robot Master Weapon, period. Period. Okay? Alright, let me go ahead and talk about the differences between the NES version of Mega Man and this version of Mega Man. Because again, folks, I'm not playing Mega Man from the Wily Wars. It's pretty much just me going through the game again. And, yeah. Alright, Mega Man. Let's see here. While the original Mega Man's boss selection screen simply showed the Robot Masters in-game sprites as icons, the Wily Wars remake uses new mugshots to match Mega Man 2 and Mega Man 3. And for Dr. Wily, he exchanges his in-game sprite for the icon that is the Dr. Wily, his usual Dr. Wily logo icon, you know? Alright, let's see here. Cutman is much tougher in the remake than in his original game. Mostly due to the fact that his flinch is much less intense and the Mega Buster does a third of the damage that it would normally do. Oh goody, more toughness. Before I continue, in Wily Tower, in these stages right here, you can choose multiple pathways. You can either go up or down. It doesn't really matter. It all leads to the same location in the end, ultimately. But sometimes, if you go a certain direction, you are rewarded with certain things, like E-tanks and such. So, yeah. Alright, let's go back to differences here. Alright, another boss, Bomb Man. You know that in the original game, when you jump near Bomb Man, he usually goes away. In the Wily Wars, he actually tries to get close to you, and that makes Bomb Man a little bit harder. Alright. Alright, in the Wily Wars, once an item like health/energy pickups are obtained in a stage, and not from enemies, they do not reappear if the player returns to an area until all their lives are gone. So yeah, if you were doing the Wily Stage 1 in Mega Man 1, and you have to get some weapon energy for Magnet Beam because you screwed up the platforming section for some reason, well, you're pretty much screwed in the Wily Wars version because you can't farm for anything because, yeah, kind of sucks. Yeah. Alright, you know the pause glitch that one uses to cheat enemies like the Yellow Devil? Well, it's gone in the Wily Wars version. It is gone, and that's pretty much not fair. Alright, some Robot Master AIs are slightly different. Who cares about that? Alright. And remember in the original game that if Mega Man touches the spikes, regardless of invincibility frames, he would die? Well, that's actually fixed in this version. If Mega Man is hit by an enemy and falls into the spikes, he does not die instantaneous. It'll give Mega Man a chance to escape before the spikes, well, destroy him. So, yeah. And because there was no music in the title screen of the original game, the Wily Wars version uses title music from Mega Man 3. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the differences right here, folks. And yes, I'm trying to farm for Rush Jet energy, but don't worry, folks, I don't spend too long here. I just get just enough so that I can proceed onward, you know? I don't want to stay here too long, because that'd be boring, and besides, the video is about to end, which means I'm pretty much close to the boss already. So it's just me trying to get across this area in one piece, and avoiding all these enemies. I mean, it's no problem, really, especially since I'm using Rush Jet. You can use Magnet Beam too if you wish, but Rush Jet is more appropriate in my opinion. Anyway, here we are, the first boss of Wily Tower. Alright, this thing here is called the Fire Snakey, and like the name suggests, it comes up from the lava and will try to shoot fire at you. However, if you stay to the side like I am right now and start jumping up and down, well actually it's kind of automatic since it is springy, that fire will never ever touch you. In fact, it is possible to beat this thing without the fire ever touching you, if you know how to dodge correctly. I mean, this thing is pathetically easy. I'm not kidding, look at this. And besides, its shots take, well, Mega Man shots will take 2 points off its health. So, yeah, this thing will go down no problem. Alright. Of course, it's also weak to Flash, let's see, Ice Slasher, because, well, obviously fire and ice and whatever. Alright, and almost there, and dead. Alright, folks, that's it for Wily Tower Stage 1, and coming up in Part 3, we will go through Wily Tower Stage 2, and Stage 3, I think. So, see you later.